What's up, guys? My name is Alex, and I am one of your team members on Team Infinite here. And I thought today I would do a little in the bag, because I personally enjoy watching in the bag videos, and I'm wondering what some of you guys are throwing, and maybe we could do a bunch of in the bag videos. So I figured I'd start with myself, so you can see what I throw. So let's get right into it. We'll start off with the bag I carry. I carry an Upper Parks Focus. I carry 10 discs, and they fit nice and comfortably with the 2-liter water skin full. This is a great little bag. It's lightweight. You barely realize you're carrying it. Keeps you hydrated and just keeps all your discs at the ready. So if you carry a few discs, this is a great bag to have. I don't carry this for tournaments because I want to carry more, but for my normal casual rounds, I got this with me, and I love it. So let's get right into the plastic. We'll start off with my putters. My putting putter is a 173 Classic Bomber Stamped Warden. I really like the feel of the Warden. It's got the right amount of depth for my putting. It's nice and neutral, so it's not going to do anything that I don't tell it to do. If I need an anti-putt, it will hold that. I need a hyzer putt, it will hold that. Straight at it, it'll hold that. I love this putter. I went away from it for a while and came back to it, and I don't think I'm ever going to leave it again. So that's my Warden putter. The next disc that I have is another Warden. It's a Fluid Warden. That's 175. I really like the fluid plastic, especially when it starts getting cold and rainy and snowy and horrible in Massachusetts. It's nice and grippy, and I don't have to worry about it shattering, hitting like a tree or anything when it gets super cold. So that's always a plus. But just like my putting putter, this does what I want it to do for approaches, for drives. I use it a lot off the tee for short turnover shots because it has a nice little turnover and it's nice and floaty, so it holds that all the way to the ground. It's just a great disc that'll do whatever I need it to do for me. So if you need just a nice throwing putter, I can't recommend this anymore. It's a great plastic blend too. If you can get something in fluid, get it. Feels real nice. My last putter is a Discraft ESP Zone at 170 to 172. I dyed this pink with a little bit of iDye, milk, and glue to get this nice little tiger striped pattern. I really like the Zone because it's super reliable in almost any condition. I always know it's gonna go right. I'm left-handed, by the way. So this is an approach putter, a driving putter. I can put on a little bit of an ante and it'll fight back, which is nice. Holds the hyzer beautifully, get some skip if I need it. And it's not oppressively overstable like the Z-Zone is that just wants to fight to the ground after about 30 feet. So if you're looking for an overstable putter and a good plastic that's workable, ESP Zones are really, really nice. So I highly recommend that for your approach disc. For the mids, I do not throw a lot of mid discs, but I throw a lot of mid shots. I only carry 2 mids, and I throw them, well, a lot. So the first one is sort of this most dependable go-to disc in my bag, and that is a Z-Line Hornet that I put a Beedrill die on because I'm a huge nerd. I love the Hornet. I think it's the most underrated Discraft mid. I think it gets forgotten when you're thinking about their mids. You think Comet, you think Meteor, Buzz, Buzz OS, Wasp even, drones of course, but nobody talks about the Hornet, and this thing is awesome. It's got that nice, dependable overstability. It's got a 3 fade to it. It's got a 5 glide. So this, I mean, you can throw this as hard as you want, and it's going to stay straight. It's not going to turn. It doesn't care about the wind, and it's always going to come back at the end. This disc is, if I don't know what to throw on a hole, chances are I'm throwing a Hornet. It's a great disc and a really cool plastic. It's Z-Line, but it's more gummy and opaque, so it's got nice grip to it. I really like this disc. Go out and try a Hornet if you haven't. You won't be disappointed, I promise you. The next one is a very important disc in my bag, and that is a Z-Line Max Weight Comet. The Comet is, in my opinion, one of the best discs that's ever been made. I mean, it's perfect for all levels of skill. It'll show you what's wrong with your form, and it'll do what you want it to. If you ask it to hold an anhyzer, it'll do that. If you want it to go straight, it'll do that. If you want to hyzer flip it, it'll do that. If you want it to sort of hyzer, throw it nice and light, and it'll do that. It's a beautiful, beautiful disc, and there is no disc that flies prettier than a Comet. When I put a Comet on a turnover line, a lot of people think it's really pretty, and I know it's really pretty too. So if you really want to wow your friends, get a Comet. The most buttery glide you'll ever see. I think everybody should have this in their bag. It's the one disc that I'll say that everybody should bag this, so go get one. Moving on to my fairway drivers, guess I'll start with the newest one and probably one that won't be around much longer, and that is an Optoline Fury. Super floaty, pretty understable, pretty touchy. When you get it right, this thing's beautiful because it just glides forever. But if you get it wrong, it's turning and burning. So I'm still trying to learn this disc. I've had some pretty good success at like 70% power on a hyzer flip, but I can't hit that perfectly all the time. I'm still sort of learning this disc, and I'm sort of learning rollers with it too, which is cool. But this is in my bag for now. I'm assuming that once the weather gets really bad here and footing is sort of dicey, this is going to be a big, I can't do a run-up disc, so that's why I'm sort of holding on to it for now. But I don't know how long it's going to stick around. It's really pretty though. That nice rainbow stamp on the pink, it's nice. Why I might replace it is because I can handle turnover fairways pretty easy with a Z-Line Stalker. This is max weight 2. If you like buzzes, and I know a lot of people like buzzes, this is a longer buzz. It does buzz things, only further. If you know what buzz things are, you know that it's pretty good. I mean, you can throw this and it'll go straight. I can throw it with a little bit more power and it'll turn over for a long turnover shot. I can flip it up if I really need to. I love this disc. I throw it on a lot of tunnel shots and I know that it's going where I point it. So if you like buzzes, want it to go a little bit further, pick up a Stalker. The last one is a disc that you cannot get on infinitediscs.com because it is out of production, and that's horrible. This is the Ace Race version of the Mantis from Discraft. When they put this disc into production, they made it more beginner-friendly and more understable. So now it flies like a 8.5 -1.2. When they came out with it in this configuration, it's an 8.502, maybe even a 3. It's just a super stable, stays straight, and has some beef at the end. It will fight the wind. This thing was the answer to the T-Bird, and they played with it and they shouldn't have. If you can get your hands on an Ace Race Mantis, these things are awesome. Super straight, super controllable, nice fade at the end, holds up to the wind. It's everything you want out of your workhorse fairway. I've heard that the Ledgestone Edition crystal discs are close to this. I haven't thrown one yet because I'm obsessed with these TI Mantises. So hopefully I'll get a Ledgestone Edition one and see how it holds up, but they don't make those in pink. My whole bag's pink if you haven't realized yet. So to the last two discs in my bag, which are more utility slots for me. The first one is a Big Z Undertaker, which I don't throw often because it requires a little bit more space, and I don't often have that on the tight course that I play most of the time. So this is really my open field when I have a lot of room to work and I want the extra distance driver. I mean, because it's got that nice turn and then it comes back. And sometimes I don't have that much room. But when I have an open space, I can get this thing to 360 pretty accurately. So I like it. I think it's got a great feeling rim. Those 9-speed rims are perfect for my little dainty hands. And I think it's one of the few Discraft stamps that isn't an instant wipe. So I guess that counts for something if you care about stamps. And to the last disc, which is another out of production disc that makes me very sad, is an Optoline Trident. If you're looking for a beefy utility disc, Tridents are the way to go. One of the best feeling rims on the market. It's pretty flat. Let me see if I can get a nice flat. Yeah, pretty flat. And huge skips on this. Since it's got that low profile, it sort of comes in like a Firebird on the skip. But I think that it stays straighter for longer than a Firebird, which is why I have it over a Firebird. It feels really good for overhand shots. This is a disc that I get a lot of people saying, dude, what did you throw on that? That was crazy. Because it fades so hard. When I need to get around something to the right, especially on the last hole of my home course, I can just throw this straight. It'll hit after the fade. It's skipped forever. I mean, it's a big dog leg, and the basket's way over here. I have gotten so much closer to this basket than I thought was possible just because of how much this thing skips. So the Trident is definitely a great utility disc to have in your bag because it's Super OS, but workably Super OS, if you know what I mean. So pick up a Trident. And that about does it for my bag. I'd be interested to see what's in the bags that you guys carry. So leave me a comment. Tell me what you think I should throw, which I'm surprised that I throw. If I have any holes, which I don't really think I do. I feel like I'm pretty successful with what I've got. Let me know. I'm interested in opinions, and I'm interested to see what you guys throw. So, good luck to everybody in their upcoming tournaments to close out their season of tournament play, and go Team Infinite. Later.